Alright, so I want to talk about Arch Manning. Kind of just, and Texas and what I saw. What I saw was a team that didn't look ready to play offensively. I saw, I thought defense special teams were an A+. I thought Arch and Sark were an F. And I don't know if there's a letter lower, but if there was one, I'd have a D. I mean, I don't need to go lower than a D. I think first half was a lot of Sark. I think Sark first half I put on Sark because he put too much training wheels on Arch. Didn't open it up. I don't think he got to empty one time. What I'm really looking for with Sark is getting an empty a lot. Or not a lot, but being able to get in it because I think Arch will be able to run it at a high level. Um, so like that, I want to see. I really expect to see. Like I don't think there should be any limits to what Sark could do offensively passing the ball. I mean, just to be honest, excuse me. Just to be honest, I don't think there's any limits to what Sark can do passing the ball. He has a quarterback that can make all the throws. I think people are overreacting. I still have Texas as my number one team in America. My rankings, I feel like when it comes to sports analysts, like analyzing sports, you gotta learn like why was I wrong? Where did I mess up? Like it's almost like just like anything in life, you gotta understand where can I be better? Why did I not see that coming? Why did I feel this way when I should have obviously felt another way? Um, I think what I learned from last season is don't let. I would say this to people: don't let because a team loses, not make the number one team in America anymore. I think that's why the AP poll is going to lose a lot of value because regular season doesn't matter as much. Don't forget the two teams in the Natty. Uh, Ohio State lost to Michigan. Everybody thought they were done. I forgot who the other loss was, but they lost to Michigan. Oh, and Oregon. Everybody thought they were done. You get in, and even if you get in, you get in, but they'll probably get knocked off. They want the whole damn thing. Notre Dame lost to NIU. You can't as a school like Notre Dame, you can't lose. You can have no worse loss than that. That may be the worst loss in Notre Dame history. That no one cares. No one talks about because why Notre Dame in the national championship. So what does it matter? Last year, who had Ohio State Notre Dame 1 and 2 going into the college football playoffs in their rankings? Nobody. Like so that's why I don't really want to get too caught up in what this team did this team so they're better now. Mm-mm. Because in this new format, you've got coaches that can't win big games will get exposed. If you can't win, like this is an NFL format now. It's not. Yeah, I get if it was in the past where like you can only have 1 or 2 losses to get in. Now you can have 2 losses and get in, and now you have to go earn an act like you have to go through multiple top coaches and top teams, and the coaches that can it's just like NFL. You have to go through multiple teams to get to the final trophy to get to the last whatever in December and then in January. So the last game in January. So I just think don't get caught up too much of this team this are better. Mm-mm. Everybody thought they were better than Ohio State last year going to the playoffs, and they weren't. Everybody thought people were better. People thought teams were better than Notre Dame. They weren't. Like I mean, even Georgia who got in, uh, Georgia took they almost lost to Georgia Tech. They dropped one to Ole Miss. They finished as the top 4 team in America last year. They finished, they were in the Final Four. So it's like I don't want to. Who had them top? You know what I'm saying? Like we all were looking at you looking at Georgia, and so like I don't get too caught up in well, they lost this game, they lost this game, so they must be better. In this new format, you can lose games and then still go to playoffs and be the best team in America. So my rankings don't fluctuate like that. So I still think Texas is the best team in America. I think they'll be the best team. I still think they're the best team in America. I think people are gonna. I think people are sadly people will hate Arch Manning and they're preying on his downfall. But I think he'll be just fine. I don't really concern myself with one game. And same thing with Sark, not with one game. And I know because Sark was being he coached like somebody that just wanted to make sure he got like. I wish Sark would have just said, "Hey, I'm coming into this game to just get out." Like Sark should have just said, "I don't plan on winning this game," because if he would have just said that, then his fan base would have known not to care. But when you come out and say, "Oh, I'm so glad we could play this game. I'm so glad we could play it. I'm so happy, so excited," and then that's the performance he put out as an offensive play caller, like an offensive minded coach. You just tell your fan base you don't care and you didn't give a damn because that's how he coached the game. Like he just didn't really care to win. Like he coached the game like, "Oh, I just want to get out of here and I don't really care to win, and I just want to get back to Austin and really start getting Arch pumped up for the conference play." That's what it seemed like. I think anybody could agree with me. That's what it looked like when he coached. Because this was just not a Sark. This is I've watched every game for Sark pretty much. Um, and since he's been at Texas, and it wasn't a Sark game, man. Sark doesn't call games like Sark never called. I've never seen Sark call a game like that. So I felt like he was holding a lot back. I'll just say that. I and I'm gonna reveal my top 25 today. But yeah, I feel Texas will be on. I mean, my Texas will be on number one team. I think it's the best team in America. I don't get too like especially in this, like I said, this new format. I don't get caught up too much in well, this team beat this, so they must be better. Because when it comes to playoff time, if you can't coach like LSU, it doesn't matter. Like it really uh, it doesn't matter what you think you can or can't do. You know what I'm saying? So um, or how good you think because the team's better and that kind of stuff. So I'm not concerned about Texas. I'm not concerned about Arch. And anybody that thinks Arch is gonna play that bad again is just not realistic. And look, the thing is about this, it doesn't matter. Y'all can continue to think. Y'all think Arch is some bust and he stinks and stuff like that. That's fine. If you want to think that way, feel that way. But when he proves you wrong, just don't say people didn't tell you so. Like it's fun now because he had a bad game, but when he starts playing elite, it's gonna be a lot of quiet mouths. There's gonna be a lot of closed mouths that ain't got nothing to say when he starts playing at a high level. So when he does, then I want to hear what you have to say because then there's gonna be nothing to say. Oh my gosh, yeah, he has arrived. This is what we thought he'd be. And Texas is new now they're gonna go now. They do like the number one team in America. This is the best team. It's not even close. So I'm just not gonna fluctuate, up and down. That's the problem with all these rankings. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. They fluctuate too much. You gotta come on, man. Like you gotta know your stuff. So when it comes to Ohio State side, Texas defense is still the best defense in America. I really don't think it's close. The D line didn't have that big of an impact today. We held Ohio State to 14 points. But I will say about Ohio State, I do think they missed it. Ohio State will not be in my top 25 when I they weren't in my preseason and they ain't in it now, and they won't be in it until they start. And unless they showed me and they prove me wrong, and I have to put them in it, then I'll put them in it. Okay, they win the game I had them losing, and they start building a good record, then I have to put them in it. But right now, I don't have Ohio State in my top 25. I don't think they're a top 25 team. I don't think Texas should have lost to this team. I think they're a lot better. I think Texas is a lot better than Ohio State. I think that'll show at the end of the season how much better Texas is than Ohio State. I don't believe in that defense. I think Archer's played a bad game. I mean, like Arch played a horrible game. Like Arch played a horrible game, and that is why we lost. But you're not like Ohio State. I put that more on Arch than I would Ohio State. Like I mean, Patricia did a good job, but I put it on. I mean, dude, Arch was horrible. I mean, I really think West Virginia. We could have played West Virginia, and their defense would have been able to shut us down with the way with the way Arch was playing. It wouldn't have mattered. Eastern Carolina, I mean, NC State. It wouldn't have mattered who we played. We weren't going to score many points with anybody in America what we play on Saturday. So that's why I don't put too much on Ohio State's defense. But that's all right. Just like what Bama shocked y'all when they lost, I think people are going to be shocked when Ohio State loses to Washington and Illinois and those teams. Because I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that good of a team. So I don't think Sand is all that as a quarterback. So not impressed by Ohio State. Didn't move me at all. And I'm still have Texas number one team. I think Texas will be just fine, man. This is Steve Sarkisian at the end of the day. Don't forget, we went 11-1 with a 7th round pick. So and only way you see Texas losing more than one game, through what you're saying, Arch is going to play worse than a 7th round pick, is what you're saying. So anybody that says that doesn't know what they're talking about. But that's why the season's going to play out. And then all these people that's telling y'all Texas, oh, their receivers look like Iowa level receivers, the Sark and all that stuff is going to be the same ones. Man, Texas look the best team in America. This team could really win a national championship. Man, these receivers look amazing. Right? These are that's gonna be the same dudes. They just fluctuate, man. They're up and down like tides in the ocean, just up and down, up and down, up and down, like waves in the ocean, like waves in the ocean, just up and down, up and down, up and down. They don't have no. They just fluctuate like it's like leaves in the wind. They just blow, blow, blow. Whatever the wind blows them, they go. Like they don't have any structure to how they believe in teams or how they look at teams. They just when this team lost it, this team lost it, they must suck. That's just not how it works. Not in this new format. Just because you lose doesn't mean you can't still go on and be the best team in America at the end of the day. Not in this new format. I think people have to adjust their mindset to that. And at the end of the day, these people, they not they don't care about truly being right. They just care about like piling on, being whatever the narrative is. Right. I don't care about narratives or what the media has to say because everybody say Texas sucks and Arch Manning, well, he don't look like that. We need to tone it down. I'm not toning it down. I still have Arch Manning win the Heisman. I still have him as the best quarterback in America. Flat out simple as that. I still think he's that. Because he had one bad game doesn't mean he still can't be that. This is the great thing about football. The season doesn't end today. It didn't end Saturday. The season just started. So I don't understand that logic. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna sit there and, oh my gosh, week one, you played bad. You're ineligible for every award, and you're ineligible to be the best at your position and be a first one. No, that is not how it works. It's season did not end today. We got 4 more months of this stuff before 4 months, and I think Texas will be playing 5 months from now. So, or really four now, um, I just I'm just not gonna go because these other media companies, their narrative is to just beat up. They beating a dead horse because everybody else saying it. Oh, they gonna run with it. They don't have any. They just go with whatever's popular, whatever everybody's saying. They gonna run with it. They don't have no basis. They just and then watch they gonna have Texas at 7. They gonna look back at the season and say, damn, I was dummy. Texas should have been 7 and Ohio State should have been ranked. So I don't think Ohio State. I didn't have Ohio State in my top 25. So that's why that's in Texas and my head's hurting. But in Ohio State, it's frustrating. But Sark and them is gonna get them right. At the end of the day, if you doubt in Sark, then I don't know what to tell you. If you doubt in Sark at this point, after Sark did what he did with a 7th round quarterback, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Because if you're doubting Sark, if people are saying, Sark, I believe Arch Manning will play worse than 7th round pick this year. That's what you're saying. So